This is a SimmScope SOI, or Semi-Automatic Optical Inspection System, for inspecting printed circuit board assemblies. The SimmScope is intended to bridge the gap between traditional manual inspections and fully automatic AOI machines. The SimmScope automatically displays a live image of a component and a stored golden board image of the same component. The operator then visually compares the two and either passes or fails the component. The SimmScope increases the speed and accuracy of the inspection and is less fatiguing for the operator. It also generates a report to be used for rework or for traceability purposes. It really does quite a bit at a fraction of the cost of an AOI. The SimmScope consists of a 90 times magnification digital camera mounted on an overhead XY gantry. The camera looks down at the circuit board. The camera signal is fed into a personal computer where it is displayed by the operator interface. And really, the key to the SimmScope is the operator interface. So this is the operator interface for the SimmScope, and I'll point out the key areas on the screen. First to the left is a representation of the circuit board that we are inspecting, and this is generated by importing the Gerber file or XY coordinates from the pick and place machine used to make the board. If those things aren't available, you can also manually enter information about the board as well. You don't have to have the files. In the middle of the screen is the live image coming from our camera, and right now there's a mask that we have focusing attention on the fiducial of the circuit board that's in the camera unit at the moment, and I can remove that mask to show the full view from the camera. There's also crosshairs that either can be put in place or taken off, as well as an outline that is sized according to the component that we're looking at. So I'll put the mask back on, and I'll take off the crosshairs at the moment in the outline. I like the crosshairs, I'll keep them there. To the right is a golden image of that area of interest that's been stored ahead of time, most likely from doing a first article inspection of that board. So what the operator will be doing is comparing the live image versus the stored image of the golden board. So down below is what we call the dashboard for the screen, and there are several tabs here where we list all of the areas of interest that we'll be looking at on this board, and you can see we have about 50 or so that we've picked out for this particular inspection. There can actually be a couple thousand if need be. We have a list of all the packages that are used on this board, and those are easily entered into the system. We have our video tab, which we've already looked at. One thing I didn't play with here is the size of that mask for the live image. That can be changed as desired. For now, I'll just try and make it match the mask on the that was used for the golden image. We have a tracking info tab where we enter information about the board that will be printed along with the report at the end and kept with all the other data. And lastly is the inspection tab, which is where the operator will spend most of their time passing and failing each area on the board. So I'm going to act as though I'm doing a general manufacturing inspection, and for that I don't think I want to be seeing the Gerber representation, so I can remove that just by clicking on that, and that gives me a larger image of the live and Gerber, live and golden images. So the idea here is that the operator will view each image and compare the live to the golden and decide whether or not it's acceptable or not. So right now we're just looking at the fiducial. That's not much to pass or fail, so I'm going to pass that, and the machine automatically moves to the next area of interest, which are some leads from a package. You can see good solder joints on there, so we'll pass it, past that, and you just keep moving along as fast as you like. If I see an area that I want to look a little closer at, right now we're seeing pin 1 on this package, I can zoom in, take a closer look. I can even look at that with the full screen and zoom in as far as I like. I'll back out again. I'll keep moving along. If I come to an area, if for some reason that it fails, I can click the red fail button, and in that case a dialog box pops up with the standard IPC 610 modes of failure. We may have a missing part, wrong part, and so forth. Right now let's just call this insufficient solder. And click OK, and we automatically move to the next point. Again, another pin 1 location. Pass it, move along as fast as you like. Look at some diodes. Maybe it's passable, but there's a marginal question about it, in which case we can choose or declare that reason, in which case we might be a little bit skewed. Click OK. Again, if I choose marginal, if my reason isn't shown here on the standard list, I can choose other and enter a reason just with the keyboard of the computer, and just call that not the right diode. Of course that's not true in this case, but that's just an example. So I'll keep going along. If, by the way, we come to a part, you may have a situation where you may have a different component that you want to store as an alternative to the golden that's stored there. I can save this as an alternate. So it's there now. The original golden image is not gone. There's the default part, and then there's the alternate. So you can store as many alternates as you want for the first article. So I'll keep moving along. These are capacitors. And by the way, as I'm doing all these inspections, the results are all being stored. If I take a look here in my program list, you can see all these things we passed, the marginal results, the fails, and it will keep doing this all the way through. I'll fail part just for the heck of it. And I'm going to go through this whole board just to get through to the end. Yeah, here we have some resistors, some transistors, maybe a little bit excess solder on there. You know, while I'm doing this, by the way, I'm going to bring up my my image of the board itself, and you can see here, if I zoom in, there's colors appearing on the board on different components, and as you might guess, they relate to the results that we've gotten from our inspection, and we're able to go back anytime we want and click on those areas and take a second look at them and you know, double check our results. We can also do that by going right back into our program list and clicking on any of these, and it will go right back to that area again. If I click on this, we go right back to that spot, to that transistor. If I choose to change the result right then and there, I can pass that now, in which case that's been edited right on board. So I'll continue here with my inspection, and now I've kept the Gerber representation on screen. You can see that all those results are being inserted as I go along. Here is a label on the board or a part number that can be checked. You can look with any amount of detail that you desire, whether it's a full component or just a pin or the label, any area that might be of interest. Maybe that's misspelled. They tend to do that a lot. Going on, we have checking our orientation. This cap. Looking at through-hole components. Just for the heck of it, I'll so we're almost through with the whole inspection. Now we're done. Once we get through with the end of the board, another dialog box pops up, and we have the option of generating a report, skipping the report, or just saying that we're not done. So I will say that I am done, and I want to generate a report. This report already exists, so we're going to overwrite it. And you can see our results. We've passed most of the parts, of course. We have some failures and marginal results, but all this is printable right from here, and also, as I mentioned, exportable either into Excel or some other spreadsheet type of software. So that's it for a general inspection. There's a lot more capability of the SimmScope that I haven't gone over, particularly the importing of the information and setting up the inspection points is a highlight of the system. It's very quick and easy. You can set up many inspection points in a very short amount of time compared to other automated systems. And it's just a very user-friendly yet powerful system. Thank you.